Hello, friends. Welcome. I'm Vicky, and you're with Gravy in the Kitchen. Today, we are going to learn a new thing. We're going to learn how to make homemade beef jerky. Would I do this again? Yes. The husband loves beef jerky, and if he asks for another batch of beef jerky, yes, I would do this again. So, without further ado, aprons on, let's get dehydrating. So I picked up a small pack of choice beef eye of round roast. I stuck it in the freezer for about an hour so that it has some firmness to it. When we cut into it to make our jerky strips, it has a little firmness to it. I'm going to remove as much of this fat as I can without losing as little meat as possible. I did sharpen the knife so it's nice and sharp. We're trying to make this as lean as possible. And we can see that the grain is going this way. So we're actually going to cut it this against the grain so that when it dries and you bite into it, it'll break easily. And we're going to try to do this as thin as possible. I'm not sure if you can see how thin that is. Right about a quarter or less of an inch. Alright, so we ended up with 1 pound, 15 3/4 ounces. We're going to call that 2 pounds. So we're going to use this G. Hughes sugar-free. I'm going to put about half of this jar. I'm going to add a tablespoon of pepper in here. A sweet chili sauce and a tablespoon of pepper. And we're going to massage that so it gets evenly distributed to all surface of that meat. And this is going to go in the refrigerator for 48 hours. And then we're going to put this in the dehydrator. We're back and we're going to start working on the dehydrating the beef that we marinated 2 days ago. Just give it a thumbs up, and if you don't mind, hit that subscribe button. Let's do this. I'm going to go ahead and just dump this in this bowl with some parchment paper on it. We're just going to lay those out flat so they don't touch each other. So I've got 6 on a shelf. And I'm doing this overnight. So if I wake up in the middle of the night, which I usually do, I'm just going to come in here and flip these over. So 1, 2, 3, 4 shelves has the marinated beef. The empty shelves are just down here on the bottom. I'm going to put the lid on. I'm going to turn it on. Recap. We put the marinated beef into the dehydrator last night. I set it for 10 hours. After you guys left, went on Google, did a little more research, and found out that it shouldn't take more than 4 or 5 hours. So I went ahead, instead of inviting y'all back and changing the time on the dehydrator, I just went ahead and changed the time to 4 hours. I did wake up in the middle of the night and I noticed some of them ahead and pulled the thin ones out, and I left the thick ones in there. So now that y'all are back, we can go ahead and resume this process. So come on with me over to the dehydrator and we'll start pulling the beef jerky out. So this is the ones we took out last night. And as you can see, they're very pliable, leathery. They don't feel wet. To me, they look perfect. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, they look really good. I'm just going to store them in this Ziploc bag. Alright, so 2 pounds of beef fits in 1 quart size Ziploc bag. We ended up with 2 pounds of beef once we cut off all of the fat. And we ended up with 14 ounces. I just did the math. I paid $14.92 for that roast. And divide that by 14 ounces. It comes up to $1. Might as well say 6 cents. So that's $1.0566572238. So we're going to round that up and say $1.06 an ounce. I think that's pretty decent. So I want to say thank you for hanging out while we were learning together how to make homemade beef jerky. Anything value in this video, please hit that like button, and while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe. Just want to say thank you for spending the evening with me while we made beef jerky. It did take us a total of 5 hours on the thicker parts and 4 hours on the thinner parts. So y'all have a wonderful day. I'll see you on the next video. Thank you.